Ride around my top down, window shaking a lot now. I'ma stay proud, no Kane Brown, but I thank God for these days now. Don't make sounds, crash glass, no rebounds. End town, Nashtyville, and I stay proud now. Welcome to Nashtyville, where the conversations are always nasty.
Yeah.
As always, we got my main man, DeMonty, with me.
What's up, man?
So we got a very special guest in the building today. Sarah Tomek, a.k.a. the baddest girl on the planet, the best drummer on Earth.
Planet.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So like, this is off to a good start.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Can you write my Insta profile?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't want Dave writing your Insta anything.
No, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, the punctuation will be all jacked up.
I was like, that's a lowercase Dave.
Yeah. Me and DeMonty actually came out. We saw one of your shows.
Yeah.
And we were mind blown. Like when I say
you guys are full of shit. That's because there was an open bar.
No. We're saying this because it's the truth. You literally are the baddest girl on the planet, especially on the drums.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like it's so crazy because in this world, a lot of people don't categorize women drummers. Or whatever. And you just set yourself on a different planet. Like you are so far ahead of everyone that it's just mind blowing, which is great. And I'm not saying that I'm generally a fan of yours. I think like what you're doing is freaking awesome.
It is awesome.
And I'm so happy to have you on the show, which I hope you know like I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you don't know by now, you may never know, Sarah.
I appreciate it. It was awesome.
I'm sitting there like, geez, like, are we gonna finish so we can do the podcast? Yeah, that's funny.
It was a good night. Like those whiskey jams, fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you never know what you're gonna see and who you're gonna meet, and also the backstage, good food, open bar helps.
Right.
Helps with
that's
conversing.
Yes. All of that.
Well,
So
thanks. That was
so
a dope
Sarah,
show.
So tell me about like young Sarah. I want to know. So like, what made you even want to get into drumming? Like,
It started with childhood trauma. No, I'm kidding.
That'll make for a good story.
my dad was a drummer. I grew up in Jersey, the Jersey Shore, Asbury Park.
Heck yeah. Jersey represent, baby.
That's right. So my father was a drummer and the curse transcended, and here I am. I just always kind of wanted to follow in his footsteps, and you know, it's kind of like anything in life. I think sometimes life and your paths choose you in some weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of, I got started with him, and there was always gear in the house, and I just loved music, and it just took me away, and I'm just lucky as hell to have been doing this professionally the last almost 15 years. Kind of had a later start in the profession, but yeah, I've been lucky and blessed, and I'm just lucky I'm still here, to be honest. Let's face it. Talk about the rock and roll lifestyle.
That's probably most of us, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, were the drums though the first? I mean, I know your dad, and it's funny because
your dad actually was a pretty big drummer, right? Didn't he drum for a bit, like a pretty big band?
He was doing shit in the 70s in Manhattan, and he was kind of like a house drummer at a famous recording studio called the Record Plant. And he was just banging away up there for years. And then, you know, the success of being a full-time musician, he never achieved that. So before he passed away, he kind of saw my trajectory going that way.
Yeah,
and I think he saw it and he felt it enough. You know, like just he knew I was gonna do it,
right.
and
Through you.
So I kind of finished his journey where he couldn't. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it was more like
awesome,
that. But he was a bad motherfucker, so
Heck
Yeah.
But she's telling us a great story, though. I mean, like, she took non-daddy issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we don't have the we don't have the daddy issues. We have the non-daddy issues. That
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know, so
I
there's
don't
hope.
have.
There's hope for our kids, man.
Yeah,
We try.
exactly. There is hope.
Yeah.
Even when we think they're lost, I mean, they may. I mean, we may actually be doing something right. So
It was.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
actually take this
have.
as a personal victory. That I
Yeah.
mean, maybe this thing ends well.
Hey,
That's
it can.
hilarious.
I don't have daddy issues. I had a
That's
good
funny.
childhood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty good up here.
that's funny.
You guys could do it. Your kids are going to be great.
Yeah, we're gonna keep. Yeah, we have motivation now.
All right, good.
So nobody dies at least for the rest of the week.
So you take off your drumming, and you're seeing dad drum.
Yeah.
You start drumming.
Yeah.
Tell me about like your first band experience. This may
Oh
sound
my
crazy.
God, it's always like, hey, do you want to be in a band? Nobody can ever find a bass player, right? Nobody wants to play bass. Everybody, the guys want to get laid. They want to play guitar.
Mhm.
The lead singers want to sing because they want to be the star. Because any lead singer is a psychopath. Let's be honest. They
Yeah.
want to be, in the spotlight, and they don't want to carry anything. That's actually kind of smarter than what I did to now looking back on it.
Yeah.
But it's always like, okay, there's always going to be a guitar player and a singer, and you got to find the bass player. So that's kind of like how I started as a kid, just jamming with friends, and always looking for a freaking bass player. And
Yeah.
I was just jamming out. Probably it was, I don't know, 13, 14, jamming out to records with my friends. And I was so into like classic rock shit back then, and like 90s stuff like Nirvana. So it was like
Oh,
all very
yeah.
much rock and roll. And we
Mhm.
just would play a bunch of covers. And that's kind of always like the first band experience is that, And
That's
then,
freaking awesome.
just bands are like any relationships. They break your damn heart.
Yeah.
They always do. And they're just like
You
relationships
say
with
you'll never do it
your friends.
again, and then you
And you
dive
never
right
do,
back
and
in
there you
again.
are.
So,
There you
Yeah,
are.
right back at it.
So was
Well,
your so I assume your dad was your formal training outside
I
of hitting the garage with friends and kind of
it's
just
like, do you
tapping it
ever
out.
you have kids? Do they
Yeah.
listen to you? No.
Never.
No.
I mean,
Never.
it's
So
probably I can't
Well,
imagine trying
yours
to even.
probably more.
Well, I can't imagine. Like honestly, if you was trying to drum, I cannot even imagine trying to like coach her or like I can't.
Yeah.
It
To
wouldn't
try to
work,
be like,
man.
all right,
Yeah, it
Ashley,
wouldn't work.
let's
One of us would have to
just
move. I'm telling
just
you.
hit the
Like it's
snare right
here.
here.
And then she has a whole idea herself of how it should go. So
like he got me like started, but then when you break it down to like real technique, and this is what you need to do for it to be part of the business, and you need
yeah.
to smile more, and I was like, shut up. I don't want to listen to my dad. So
Yeah.
it was like kind of more school of hard knocks,
Okay.
It was like
Mhm.
just like playing with as many people as I could, traveling to Manhattan. When I got old enough to drive, I'd do my 9 to 5. I'd be at a rehearsal space by 6 p.m.
Yeah.
out of my
Wow.
job at like 5, go up to Manhattan, be rehearsing. Sometimes I get back at 3 a.m, be at my desk job at 9 a.m. And it was just like that, and playing and bands and doing covers. And it was just for my whole teens and 20s, it was all of that,
Yeah.
before I even moved to Nashville. So it was like, part, when I was really young, listening to records, listening to my father play, and that just like innate gift, if you want to call that a gift, just to do it. And then the hard work came a little later in life, but
Yeah.
it's like a weird addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Just
is.
like
Well,
even this, like the podcasting world is,
Yeah.
it's like, but you love to do this, and
Yeah.
the production and the time and the sweat equity that goes into all of it. It's all the same shit. It's just like, do you have the desire to really go and do it? And
Right.
Mhm.
I did, and I just got lucky. So
That's good. Yeah,
I did.
I'm gonna have to tell my next door neighbor, their daughter, she's in 2nd grade. She just started taking drum lessons.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
like we were over this weekend, and like all I hear, she's like, DeMonty, you gotta hear this. So she goes upstairs. And I mean, dude, I'm not lying. For her to have just started,
She's pretty good.
it's pretty good. You know, my brother drummed forever. So, like, I know what good and bad
Yeah.
sound like. And a drum, you can't hide.
No.
A drum,
No.
legit, a drum will tell on you faster, I think, than any instrument out there.
Yeah, if you're a bad drummer, then
You're a bad drummer. We all know you're a bad drummer, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
you got to hold the beat.
Rhythm, we all have it in
Right.
us. You
Well,
know,
I
unless
don't
you're-
know now. Some of it is off rhythm for some.
Yeah, some country
Like-
crowds clap on the
Yeah,
one and
I
the
was
three.
gonna
You're
say,
right.
it's-
Never mind. I take it
Yeah,
back.
I was going to
Yeah.
say.
But
Yeah, it's in there. It just not be a good quality.
even
in
bad
there.
dancing, still
Yeah.
dancing, you're still like feeling it, you know.
Right.
So I think
Mhm.
drums are, you know, like
Yeah.
you go to those hippie drum circles if you're like on the beach somewhere in like, you know, California. It's like, hey man, it's the drum circle. It's everybody's drum, man.
Yeah.
Everybody
So-
likes to bang away.
That's a good note. So have you been on vacation somewhere and you're sitting there and a set is there? Like, I mean, you know, everybody plays a piano. If
Yeah.
there's a piano sitting around, at some
Mhm.
point, a friend, even if they don't want to, I'm that friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just go do it. I want to see how everybody reacts.
Yeah.
So have you been out somewhere where you walked across that random set where nobody had a clue that Sarah was who Sarah is?
I won't.
And you sit down and just completely blow everybody's mind that's sitting there?
It's like a vampire. You have to be invited.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't just go sit on somebody's
set.
kit, but I have
Yeah.
like sat in randomly with like cover bands if like I'm at a bar late night and probably
Right.
shouldn't be at a bar late night.
Right.
Probably shouldn't be on the kit late night, but I've done shit like that and just sat in randomly and then, you know, gotten the
Like they were like, wait a minute.
she could play, you know. That
Yeah.
kind of shit for sure.
That's funny, man. That'd be
Heck
awesome,
yeah.
though. I see. That's why I don't have hidden talent. God knew not to do it.
No. No.
Because I'd be like, it's a random set sitting over there. I'm on.
I try to get D to do it with like comedy and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I was like, nah.
I try to encourage him, be like, yo, you got to follow
No.
you got to, like, we need you up there on stage doing comedy.
No.
So you've had some big opportunities to drum for some big key players in the game,
Mhm.
including Steven Tyler himself or whatever,
Yes.
which
He's the
is
man.
pretty insane to
That's pretty
bless the
insane.
stage with freaking Steven
Yeah,
Tyler.
that's
I'm
insane.
gonna say.
Yeah.
How is that? I mean, how incredible of a feeling. I'm assuming when Steven Tyler performs, there's a good crowd. That's why.
Oh yeah.
A
God.
good crowd.
It's
Yeah.
ama-
I'm pretty sure he brings in just a decent crowd.
pretty amazing. You know, it's like that was definitely a favorite band of mine as a kid. So, you know, every time, you know, I'd be come up on stage and there was the show and it was like the band's on stage waiting for him to come and it's like I'm looking right at the microphone stand and the scarves, you know, and I'm just like
Mhm.
there wasn't one show that I wasn't like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
real. And then when his voice, you know, everybody's on in-ears on this tour and it's like there he is, his real vocal is in my head. I'm performing with that vocal
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
guy. And it was just, and it was something like, you know, life is fleeting, never take it for advantage. And I never did. Like, I just tried to savor every moment of that, you know, and it was just incredible to be able to work with him. And,
Mhm.
you know, my husband and I spent our wedding night at his house in his bed, you know, in
That's
Maui.
funny.
Yeah,
Like-
holy
like-
crap.
Went up to his 70th birthday in Maui and spent like we were tight. We did a lot of great things together and it was just an honor. I mean, he's an American icon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was incredible. You know, I can't say nice enough things about him or the experiences that we had. It was pretty fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
See,
do you have that picture framed? Where
Yeah.
you're sitting on the drums and you're staring down the pipe with this microphone. You have to.
Yeah.
Like, that's
gotta-
like mandatory.
there's a
Because
lot
if
of
you didn't
photos.
have it, we were gonna make sure you have that. Like
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
we have to find that picture for her
yeah.
and make
Yeah.
sure that's framed
Put
up
a
real
big
nice.
frame.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome. There was like times, because he lived here for a minute, and
Right.
I went over his house. He wanted to go drum shopping because he's a drummer, and he threw me him and his girlfriend there. She's like, "Have a fun date," and I'm like, "A date?" And he threw me the keys to his Rolls Royce, and he's like,
"Oh wow,
you drive my car," and I was like, on 12th Avenue South. Driving
Rolls Royce.
Just me and Steven in his Rolls Royce, like trying not to shit my pants.
Yeah.
And there we are in the drum store, and everybody's like, and I'm like, I know. How am I here? Every experience was like that, from being on stage to just like chilling with him, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's freaking
she said, "I know. How am I here?"
Yeah,
how am I here?
And I will say, like, for Steven Tyler to pick a drummer and you be the drummer, you have to be freaking bomb.
Yeah,
or whatever.
There's
no.
Yeah, I mean, he has a choice.
Yeah,
I mean, like everybody don't have that choice. He has a choice.
He's got a
like,
choice. He could select
he probably could make a selection process for years.
Yeah.
People would line up forever trying to play the drums for Steve. I would. I'd be that person that he clearly would know the rhythm was not within me.
Yeah.
Once I got
I will tell you, I'm a huge Liv Tyler fan too, by the way. I don't know if you ever got to talk to Liv Tyler, but
yeah, she was we played in London. I forget what venue, and then like she was there, and I was like,
"Oh
wow, she's like an elven princess."
Yeah, she is like an elven princess,
right?
Exactly.
And I was kind of like a creep. I think she's so beautiful. You're just like, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, why am I here? Hi, why am I here?
Glowing. I think she was floating away. I was like, hi. Yeah, she's gorgeous in real life as well. So
yeah, that's awesome.
That is incredible.
Yeah, we can attest to the on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can only imagine.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I mean, she was the freaking elven princess.
Yeah,
like there's that.
Yeah, man, crazy.
But that's what you picture her as,
right?
Like that. Like I can't.
That's where you lost it. Like
or like Armageddon or whatever.
Armageddon is more for me.
Armageddon was wild.
Yeah.
So all right, so you're drumming Steven Tyler. You're living the crazy life. You're traveling. You're drumming. You're doing all this cool stuff with Steven Tyler. Obviously, like you're peaking at that point. I don't think you get higher from Steven Tyler.
Right. It was like there was a good 3 to 4 years that was just like epic. It was like, and that's kind of the way careers go. It's like all, and it just like everything was just happening so fast, and you're trying to savor it, and it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
And then it went from that, and then I got to do a late night with Sarah Bareilles, which was amazing. And then I got to go tour Spain and do a record with basically like the Spanish Bruce Springsteen. Like we played an arena a weekend, and I was living in Barcelona for a month, and like I got a Grammy on the record.
Wow.
And then
that's awesome.
And then it was like, and then doing the late night televisions, it was like I was the guest for Seth Meyers. It wasn't like a band, it was featuring Sarah Tomek, and there I was like for the first time with like my name, not another artist's name, and that was terrifying. And then like I'm going to a party and I'm in Maui and I'm playing drums with Mick Fleetwood. And then it was just like, it was just wild shit. It was just wild. And then I was here, and then I was on The Voice kind of did this thing in Nashville, and they wanted to do this television show, and I was the house drummer for that. And it was all like within, a 2 to 3 year span. And it was wild, man. So
that's great. That's nuts.
That's freaking wild.
It really is.
And then you go from private jets to, people that think they're on private jets, all these artists. And, it's like playing with American icons to playing with people that think they're an icon, and, everything in between. It's all humbling, and it's just been a great trip. It ain't over yet. That's for sure.
Because that's where I was headed. Like you've done all that stuff now. Do you still have that dream Collaboration.
Like, that's the whole thing. Yeah. I actually love Americana music. I love indie music, more
Okay.
singer-songwriter stuff. So I kind of get pigeonholed as like a rock drummer, which I love to do, and I love it. But like also there's other artists I would love to work with, for sure. I always dreamed of working with Brandi Carlile. She was one of my favorites.
Okay.
And now she's just like larger than life. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. It's kind of like that weird era that you don't know what's next,
Right.
but you're excited for any and all of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like
Hell yeah.
Mercury in retrograde or whatever the hell's going on. I don't know, but it's just
I think some of it is just maturity too, that you
That
settle into that, like that pursuit. You've been there.
yeah.
Like you've reached pinnacles people never will, get remotely close to being.
Like the top
so now-
5%. Yeah.
Right. So now I think you're in that zone now that you're like, you know what? Whatever comes, because we've kind of hinted on it, at other shows, but that maturity comes involved to where that chase is still a chase, but it's not that you're like, you're not chasing that. I got to sit and play with Steven Tyler. I did that already.
Or
win
like a Grammy playing the
win a
freaking drums.
Grammy.
Like
I
that's
live in Barcelona for a year. I mean,
that's pretty
like
dope.
that's yeah. So I think,
And you know what? Like as you get older, things change. Like things that are important to you change.
right.
And being in this business, things that are important to me change. Like boundaries are important to me. Like I need respect.
Yeah.
And I need, there's just things that I won't handle anymore that I may have put on the
Like
back
just
burner in
slept.
my 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. 20s, 30s. We're just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
just happy to be there, man. Like it's free ticket, I'll take it. Like I mean,
Yeah. It's just, but things that are important to you change, and you got to like create boundaries and kind of roll with it. I don't know.
Mhm.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, what's really important to me? Saying no to things that I don't want to do, and not putting up with people's shit if I don't
Hell
want to,
freaking
and I don't
yeah.
care who you are.
You just gave Greg one of the best lessons somebody on this show has ever given him.
Yeah.
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 This man he doesn't have a no in his body. Like I was
It's
like,
important.
I was
It
like,
really
yeah,
is.
he'll draw the line. Yeah, I'm his line drawer. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, we're doing what?
It's tough. It's tough, I will say. Because, like, Sarah, we have a show. So we have the first hip hop residency in the history of Broadway.
Oh, no shit.
It's never hit Broadway ever. And it's called Nashtyville Thursdays. We've been like all over the news, like everywhere.
Radio.
And radio, you name it. And it's tough because we have like thousands of artists that reach out, that
Want to be part of
heard
it.
and stuff like that. And I'm always like, yeah, man, of course.
He wants
like,
to have 400 of them a week, and I was like, bro, how much time are we here for? Are we here to like 6 a.m.?
It's hard.
So is it one
sometimes.
night, or it's a residency?
Every Thursday.
Yeah, we do it every Thursday.
And it's at Skydeck, actually. So
Oh
yeah,
no,
at Skydeck.
great venue.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great venue. Yeah.
I mean,
you
you got to go
pull
through
up on
everybody's
Thursday.
demo. You got to go through people's demos and shit. Like,
Yeah,
how do
I
you
Like,
run
Yeah,
it?
I mean,
we vet
we-
a little.
Yeah.
Um,
But right now, it's still so new that I
Yeah.
mean, like that'll tighten up, as it grows.
Yeah.
yeah,
But right now,
yeah. We just like to give opportunity to people that just never would have the opportunity or whatever.
Hey, you know what? We're all just trying to be seen and heard,
Mhm.
and you can give that opportunity, even if it's for like 5 minutes to somebody. That could change their life.
that's
cool.
That's some powerful shit, man.
that's cool.
So thank you for
Actually,
doing that.
Sarah, so not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, I want you to 100% check your schedule.
All
I
right.
want to highlight you as the guest.
All right, man.
And we'll put you as the
Yeah, that'd be
highlight
cool.
of the guest. I think that would be freaking
That would
awesome.
be cool.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I want just
Let's
a
ma-
martini glass and just to walk around.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'll make
Yeah.
sure I'll greet
All
you
right.
at the door with your martini glass.
All right,
we
cool,
want to
cool, cool.
That's
highlight
easy.
you in this.
Easy.
I'm gonna
because-
wear a fur coat, even though it's May.
Oh,
You
you
know-
should
you know what
for
I-
sure do that though, because you
You know
gotta
what'd be
look like
freaking
you're
dope?
Sarah Tomek.
I'm not gonna even lie. Me and you got to collab on a different note that you do the live drums when I do a
that'd be
show
cool.
or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be
which
cool.
would be ridiculous because on Friday I have I'm doing the show with Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right
Rick
on.
Ross is coming to
Hell
Skydeck
yeah.
on Friday. I'm opening for him and hosting the event or whatever. But like, if to have like a Sarah, like if I
that
did
actually would be
like
kind of
just
cool.
slamming while I'm
Yeah.
rapping on stage,
She
would
may
be,
make your rap sound good.
yeah, she'll probably actually make it sound good.
So do you have like a live band? Are you doing tracks or how do you do it all?
I'm doing the tracks,
yeah.
for this show, but I want to have like the actual live band, and I freaking
That would
think
be dope.
if we have Sarah on stage like
Yeah, that would
rocking
be
and
dope.
slamming.
Yeah.
That would
Hey,
be
get a live hip hop
ridiculous.
band.
I'm just forewarning you though,
Yes.
Sarah. This dude, Steven Tyler, Young
Yeah.
Gray.
So speak about live hip hop. Like who's cooler than like the Roots and who are like
Yes.
the OGs? I did a session with Roy Poisner. Was that his name? He's the keys player. He's the band leader.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was one of the most terrifying things too, because he had his own writer. So everybody else is in the studio, and he had his own writer. So his own hospitality writer. They had his wine there for him and shit.
That's funny.
And he didn't really say much. So after I tracked one song with him, we were in the backstage area, in the studio, and he's like, "Do you want a glass of wine?" And I was like, so like that was like, I did good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He likes me.
Yeah,
But
that's funny.
That shit, like that live hip hop, that's just
It's different.
so groovy. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it's so.
I can't wait to
groovy.
check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's been cool. I mean, because honestly, like we have kind of been mind blown over the level of talent.
Mhm.
That's just kind of come out, especially with it
Yeah.
not being so heavily vetted right now. Like this is just kind of we have a slot for you. Like,
Yeah.
come do your thing, and like we're like, this kid really sounds better than everything that's on the radio right now.
Oh,
like,
yeah. We
so,
get
I mean,
pegged.
it's been great for that. Yeah.
We
It's
get
been really
pegged
good
for like
that.
we're not just a country town, man. We got everything.
Right.
We got everything.
We really
That's
do.
the news that's
That's
circling right
That's
now.
exactly what's
Is
circling.
we're not country.
It's
we're
the
not
music
country
city.
We're music city.
Yeah.
That's right. That's awesome. Good
Mhm.
for you guys. That's killer.
So now we got to get the fur. We get the fur in the martini glass, bro.
Yes. Yeah, in
And
2
get her
weeks,
schedule
Sarah,
cleared
I'm
up.
banking on you. I'm making
All right.
you my highlighted guest.
That'd
If
be
I'm
awesome.
here, I'm coming. That's it.
Yeah, that'd be
If
awesome.
you're here, you're coming.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
you
Well-
got big shows coming up.
I'm doing a festival this weekend, like a singer-songwriter festival. I'm from Asbury Park, New Jersey. I'm going home
hell yeah.
Okay.
next week, and I'm playing the Stone Ponies, a really famous venue there. I'm playing one of their
Yes.
50th anniversary shows there.
Stone Pony, that's how freaking Bruce got found.
My man,
Bruce-
Springsteen. Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen would play at the Stone
Stone.
Pony. Still
That's
to
right.
this day,
Right.
He
Bruce
shows up.
Springsteen will pop up at the
That's
Stone
actually
Pony.
kind of awesome, though, that you're Bruce Springsteen. You didn't forget
Yeah.
Where you came from. Or
and
whatever.
So yeah,
Bruce
that's good.
Springsteen pops up at the Stone Pony to this day
That's awesome.
and will do pop-up performances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is awesome. Awesome.
I was living in Asbury. I must have been like 4 or 5 years old, and he came up on Ocean Avenue in like a white Cadillac. And my mom's like, "There's Bruce Springsteen. Go give him a kiss in the car." And I was crying. I was like, "I don't wanna."
Yeah.
I was terrified of, that's like some star power in the
Right,
80s
yeah.
and shit. I just
Yeah,
aged myself, but I've met him a couple times because he'll like randomly show up at a bar, like a small, like 50-seater. The Saint in Asbury
Mhm.
Park was a venue for a long time. He would show up there to singer-songwriter nights. And it was cool. It was like nobody would really mess with him that were artists in the town. It was everybody else, the transplants, that
Yeah.
kind of same thing in Nashville. It used to be a lot cooler, chill, but now
Yeah.
it's just
It's
a lot
hard
of people
Yeah.
Mhm.
coming
Well,
in.
man,
for
we're
that
so touristy heavy too, man. I mean, because
Man.
it's like us. We were joking. We were out one night, headed to a show at Bridgestone. We were going to Bridgestone that
Oh,
night,
yeah.
and Aldine and his wife were sitting like right there in the bar beside
Yeah,
us.
right
and,
next
I mean, like
to us.
so,
Yeah.
but nobody would, like a couple people ran over, that
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
took pictures. But I mean, for the most part, you can kind of still fly pretty low key here. I do think that's changing.
Yeah.
I do think we're seeing, that people are like, wait, because they see these guys out at the mall or, whatever. I mean, like,
Yeah.
We got 2 professional sports. We got, like,
Yeah.
so these guys are walking amongst everybody, and they typically would not have to worry about it, except that this city is morphing into just this
It's insane.
insane giant that now you got so many transplants, is exactly what you said, and
Yeah.
that we know the etiquette of the city, that we're like,
Chill.
it's cool to catch
And
it
the
from a distance, and if they walk
Yeah.
by me, okay, maybe. But I'm not going to, like, purposely go put myself in your space because Aldine's sitting at the bar beside me.
And
so,
that's the kind of shit that makes a city cool.
yeah.
Right. It is that vibe, and it's like, hey, and then it just becomes, everybody just kind of wants their moment on the social media, and they want the photo, and they want to say they were there, and nobody really like lives in the moment anymore, and that's something like we're struggling with a little bit, like just to keep it chill and remember, like, it doesn't.
Where you came from.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Sarah
to all
knows
be about
exactly
Instagram.
where she came from. New Jersey, the home of the greats.
The home of the greats.
And the people with the filthy mouths.
Yes, correct.
Damn right.
That is too funny.
You don't know driving unless you go to New Jersey.
Oh,
And you want to know something else? Nobody can fucking parallel park here. I can.
No,
they can't. They don't know what they're doing.
They never taught them in the driving school. It wasn't part of the curriculum.
It's definitely not part of it now.
You don't need to, right? Do you even have like a physical driving test anymore? I don't even know.
I don't think it's much of it. I mean, when my kid went, they required, it was COVID, so they had changed a few things, but I literally think she just backed the car out of the parking space and put it back in the parking space. And I was like, whoa. Whoa. There's other cars with motors in it that she's fixing to be beside, and you don't even know she can stay in her lane. Like, it's outside of a quick backup, and good job, kid, you get it. Because now, and we're probably gonna stress these kids out by making them drive like we had to drive.
But the cars are gonna drive themselves.
Well, that's because I'm sure there's kids pulling up, with the Tesla, just hitting the button and going, "Yep."
Yeah,
this is my driver test.
I remember on my driver, not my driver test, but like the training with the driving guy, and they had like the emergency brake thing or whatever that they would hit.
Yeah.
I probably almost crashed the car at least 3 times, and that brake saved our life. He's like, no. Like, and I was like, all right, man, I'm just learning. Like,
literally, I was doing my driver test live, had passed the written portion of it, go out to drive. And now in our city, it was within a shopping plaza. So I'll never forget, like I'm driving through the parking lot of the plaza, and there's like no other Providence or whatever. You got your stop signs within. Mm-hmm. But I'll never forget, I was so worked up and so nervous. Like I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, this has to be perfect. So I'm driving along, and I swear the first stop sign, I'm like blazed right through it. And it's like, might want to watch. And I was like, yep, I failed. Not even on the road yet. I will go home with no license today because I blew through the first stop sign. Like like it's not even there. Non-existent.
Nah.
This big. Yeah. At 3 miles an hour, and I still right through it. Like I was like, oh, well, buddy.
I wouldn't be able to take that written test. If you gave me the written test now, I'd be like, what?
Oh, the written test is brutal.
Oh, the written test is brutal.
I'm not going to lie.
It makes no sense.
I remember looking over here when she was studying. I was like, I don't know the answer to this. So if they ask me this today,
I still don't know the answers to the
I
written
don't think
test.
this is,
You're all going to have to do like algebra and shit again, too. The worst. Wait, do they do that still?
They do.
I think
they do. I
Which,
just don't
why?
think it's done well. Yeah.
Why?
I think so.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to sit there and pretend you're going to have to be parents and like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for my parents now.
My 3rd grader's homework right now.
Yeah.
And she hits me with this sometimes. Like,
She
hopefully
does.
the school's not watching.
Yeah, please turn your ears off school.
But she'll come up. She'll be like, Dad, I didn't do my homework. Here you go.
And he's sitting there with a pencil.
And freaking, like it's 8 o'clock at night. She's like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Do my homework.
Procrastinating.
I don't know how to do this. Like this.
And meanwhile, he did it one night. I was sitting there and I was like, dude, you could at least go write with your left hand so it looks like she wrote it. It's like you're sitting there like.
No, but the the funny thing is she's got better handwriting than me.
So, shit.
So it'd be apparent that you did it anyway. Yeah.
So it'd be like, all right, like, which idiot did this homework for?
That's awesome.
That's why we got to make sure we're raising more drummers and everything else because they clearly will not be able to. They just need to be able to count their money after.
Yeah. Yes.
You need to be able to count your money.
I got a silly question for you. So in school, were you the type of girl that was drumming with her pencils throughout school?
No, a lot of musicians are like doodlers. They like guitar players always just noodle. We call them the noodlers, and like during a sound check, or they're always tapping. I don't think that was me. I don't think so. I find that to just be annoying, and you're in people's places, you know.
Yeah.
I think I was pretty reserved.
Which is why she's different than I, because we all were banging on the table somewhere.
Oh, I was banging.
And I'm not even
tables.
A drummer, but we used to like banging away. And I don't know if it's a guy thing or not. But we was like
crazy.
Oh, we all did. But that's why I also know I would have been that guy to just go sit down on somebody's random seat and be like, it's sitting here. You didn't want me to play? I need to show you my talent. So like,
that's fun.
Yeah,
I was reserved, I think, but somebody may say that's not the truth, but that's what I recall.
Yeah.
You never know, like how you see yourself in your past could be different than other people's perceptions, but I think I was pretty quiet, you know.
So how do you react when people recognize who you are?
It was a lot of people recognize my husband, so I get pissed off. So like, you know, because he sings in the band, and Them Vibes. We have this band. I play for his band, and they're a phenomenal rock band, and he's got big curly hair and like sunglasses, and he's cool looking, and everybody's always like, Brother Love, and like we were literally in Central Park in New York City, and somebody's like, Brother Love, and I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah. But there was.
Do you know who he's with?
But actually, at Whiskey Jam, it happened. Somebody's like, Sarah Tomek, and I was like, yeah, that's me, because I was with my husband, and I was like, haha, see,
that's
cool.
funny. Actually.
That is freaking awesome.
But then actually, it was Jake, and he plays drums for Luke Combs, so he's pretty famous in his own right. So, but.
Plus, he recognized the craft as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what you put into it and what you're capable of up there. So
yeah, we're in a secret club.
That's cool.
Yeah, when you see freaking Luke Combs drummer, and Luke Combs drummer recognizes freaking
Sarah.
another. That's
He's
pretty
like,
darn dope.
Like,
it's still a pretty rad community we have here with each other for the musicians, and I hope you all feel that too when you get these Thursdays going. Like a lot of community and just respect for everybody. I think that's really important. That's important for everybody to keep it together for each other.
Yeah.
Look out for one another, you know. It's that's
why Nashville's the best. If this was New Jersey, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here.
You're right.
Dead.
Get out of here.
Dead.
This guy sucks. Throw a tomato at him.
That's funny, man.
The Soprano style.
Awesome.
Yeah. So if you had to give any words to the young Sarah that's out there trying to hustle, trying to make it, maybe there's a girl just like you that was killing it on the drums, or like a perfect example, your neighbor, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like what would your advice be for her?
I would say just don't stop. You can't stop, you know, and you can't let all the noise in your head become the denial and the shaming and all the stuff that we all go through just as people. Just to make sure you listen to your heart and just keep going and keep playing and play with as many people as you can and do scary shit. Like play with people that are better than you and older than you that have done more things, because you just want to play with better people. You want to be among better people because you want to be better, you know, and just to keep going, I think.
Hell yeah.
Is what I would have to say.
Remember this moment for when she hits the stage for us, because that is great information for everybody. I mean, literally, it's the life they're living right now. It's
the life they're living.
And she's been there, she's done it, you know, at the top of the mountain. You know, so that's awesome.
We're all like, it's scary out there, you know, and it's like there's, especially with the internet, there's so many great players in every craft, and it's just to know your worth and just to keep doing it and keep doing it, keep doing it. That's all I could say.
That's freaking rock.
No, that's good though.
When I think of Sarah, it's just like rock star.
See, I wish I thought that of myself,
But I mean, Sarah, you are a rock star. Though. I mean, it's not like it's a fake accolade or nothing. I mean, like, I do not have a picture of even standing behind anybody remotely famous that I thought. Like,
you do got a picture with Shaquille O'Neal.
That's cool.
But I mean, I wasn't behind the DJ booth looking down the center of the mic. Like, I mean, there could be no better picture
than that.
Yes. Like that's outstanding.
Well, that's great because you want to know what? Daryl Strawberry snubbed me. As far as my sporting hero, we were doing it. It was with Steven, and it was like an event, and I just wanted a Met to love me because I love the Mets, and I was like, Daryl, I think I wanted the Instagram photo, and I was denied, and I was crushed.
Yeah,
but you have that Shaq photo, so that's fucking awesome.
That's correct. I agree. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. I was denied Denzel Washington.
He was
really,
and even though I think Denzel's the greatest actor ever, I just don't like him because.
And these poor people, they could have been having a bad day, and we don't forgive them. And I was like, no, I didn't get my photo, man.
But the young me, nope.
Because Denzel and Daryl do not have hearts. They are not regular people. There is no way they were mad at their spouse or anything else in that moment. They just had to. They just had to be. They got to be dicks in person. It's just who they are as humans. I know it. I know from hearing your stories, and now Sarah's confirming.
Yeah,
I'm almost starting to wonder if it's a Jersey thing.
It's not a Jersey thing.
But y'all not coming off nice enough.
We're just angry.
Because
Southern boys know how to walk up and make it look very non-threatening. And then all of a sudden we're like, sign this. And they're like, oh, God.
There's
Jersey people
to
like,
that.
hey, come sit by me, take a picture.
Right. Or grab him. You can't grab him by his shirt and say, hey, sign this. I mean,
we're assertive. We're assertive people. I don't think we're aggressive. Assertive.
That's a great spin, Sarah.
Yeah.
Assertive.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Sarah, you got any other funny stories like that? So Daryl Strawberry shut you down. You get shut down by anyone else? I could tell you one more that I got that everyone knows.
Who?
Yeah.
Nelly. But actually, Nelly's cool now. We kind of squashed that.
Now you're tight. He was doing a lot of shit with Florida Georgia Line. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of that shit. Yeah. Shit.
Did they shut you down with Florida Georgia? No.
I played with Florida Georgia Line. Right when Cruz came out, their drummer had hurt themselves. And then so I did a couple shows with Florida Georgia Line, and
no way.
Yeah, I love those guys. And then they got huge the next month. They were just larger than life, and then that's when the Nelly thing happened, and we went on a cruise, a Florida Georgia Line cruise. I was playing on this cruise, and Nelly was there, and we were on an island with Nelly partying.
That's actually
Was he nice to you?
I have nothing but nice things to say about Nelly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's you, man.
No,
it's 100% you.
I'm trying to think of
I don't know what you're doing to these people.
No,
but I mean,
like Nelly. I like Nelly. We squashed that beef.
I have nothing but nice things to say about everybody, including the ones I've worked with.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool though.
Work with some freaking people.
No, I need to. I swear now I won't. She's gonna sit down with us off record, and I want to see everything. Let all out. That actually should be your. That should be the photo album on your table in the living room is that.
Superimpose Daryl Strawberry.
You have with Steven, just every single concert, the same picture, but just a different mic. That would be
a different mic.
That'd be actually kind of cool.
Different angle.
That'd
be cool.
All right, so D, we got to wrap up.
Yeah, man.
What are your final words for Sarah?
I'm actually what I'm gonna do, just because it's this show and it kind of went that way, because I'm sure she wants to add this to that album on her table.
Ooh.
So if I turn like this, and I just shift my mic, she'll now have probably one of the coolest mic pictures with her ready to play behind me that she's ever had. So that's what I think we gotta
so
we'll close on that note.
Is that you're with the biggest star right
I like
here,
it.
Sir.
Actually, no.
Thank
but
you.
if you don't mind, if you want to speak that into the atmosphere, I will 100% take that, Sarah, and I swear You will not be behind us. You'll be standing right there with us with the fur coat and your martini
Oh,
glass.
I love it.
Mhm.
That'll
So we
be good
appreciate
times.
you
man.
joining us today. We do honestly think you are absolutely awesome. We've been kind of hype about this one.
Thanks,
He told me
guys.
that, and he's like, dude, we're getting Steven Tyler's drummer on. I was like, that is absolutely sweet, man. So let's make it happen.
Right
So
on.
no, we appreciate your time today for sure.
Thanks,
and,
guys.
We honestly appreciate all the wisdom you shared and everything that you do in life. Just keep going.
Thanks.
Yeah, we love you, girl. Freaking, it was a blessing to meet you.
Me too.
You're sweetheart to everyone. Like, I was so pumped to get you on. Like he said, so pumped.
Yeah, this
Not
is
just
awesome.
because you accomplished things that most people wish to accomplish. Not the fact that like you put like females on the map, man, and we're super, we're super supportive of watching
All day.
watching
Appreciate
the
that.
girls grow
All
and
day.
do things better than us or whatever.
Damn right we do.
Yeah,
You do though.
So like you're the perfect example of a girl that came into an industry or whatever that's primarily guys that you see
And wrecked it.
and wrecked it. Like
Wrecked it.
There's probably 1 or 2% female drummers, or I would say in a broad spectrum compared to all of the guys that are drummers.
we're multiplying like gremlins, but
Yes.
we're coming for you. Yeah.
Yes, because of you though.
Yeah.
Like the imprint that you left
Yeah.
with a lot of these girls. Now they're looking up to girls like you to be like, you know what? Like, I can do it too, or
I love
whatever.
it. I love
But
it.
you need someone to come in and do it, and you're one of the originators at doing it. So, like,
And still doing it.
and still doing it. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So,
appreciate that.
No, we appreciate
yeah,
you.
we freaking love you, Sarah.
Love you
You got
guys.
any last words you want to tell the fans? Anyone?
Just be kind to each other. Good Lord, the world needs a little more of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's a great
Right.
closeout.
That's
She's
it.
right.
That's it.
That's awesome.
Right
We
on.
love you
appreciate you.
guys. Be
Cool.
kind. Again, we have the one and only Sarah in the building. We love you.
Yes,
We're so
ma'am.
pumped. We're praying to God you come out on Nashtyville Thursday just to bless the crowd. We'll get you slamming on some drums.
Shit, yeah. I love it. Let's do it.
Alright, girl.
That's awesome.
We love you.
Love you guys.
Nashtyville
Out.
out.
Ride around my top down, window shaking a lot now. I'ma stay proud, no Kane Brown, but I thank God for these days now. Don't make sounds, crash glass, no rebounds. End town, Nashville, and I stay proud now.